Hello and welcome back to the 21 Day Abundance Challenge. So today is day 4 and we're going to be doing some mirror work. You may be familiar with this. I know I've talked about this in other courses that I've done, but even if you've done it, please stick with me. Please do this today. It is so beneficial and it gives you insight into where you are and how you feel about yourself. And again, this is just another way for you to be raising your vibration and being aware of where you're at. Now, if you're not familiar with mirror work, Louise Hay, she talked about it a lot in her programs and books. One of her books is You Can Heal Your Life. Probably a lot of you do have this, but if you don't have it, it is a really great resource. She had cancer and she ended up healing herself through positive affirmations, doing mirror work, and talking to herself, talking to her body, and giving herself as much self-love as she possibly could. And that was what ended up healing her. Because when we have trauma or when we have bad things that happen, we hold that energy, we hold the negativity in our bodies until we actually heal it or work through it. So if you have a trauma, actually what happens is your body, if you don't process it in the moment, it gets stuck and it gets stored in your body somewhere, in an organ, in a body part. So a lot of times if you have issues with a certain part of your body, it's because there's an emotional energy that is stuck in that part of your body. So today what we're going to do is I want you to take some time and find a mirror, whether it is when you're getting ready in the morning or if it's in the evening before you go to sleep or during the day. Anytime you come across a mirror today, I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to stop and I want you to really pause. And I want you to take a moment to look deep into your eyes and say, I love you. And pause and feel, what does that feel like? When you look into your eyes, deep into your eyes, and you say, I love you, and you mean it and you feel it. Do you get resistance? Do you have a hard time looking in your eyes? Do you get uncomfortable? Do you have to look away? Are you not even able to do this? All of those things are going to give you insight into how you feel about yourself and where you need to work on this particular, self-love exercise, basically, because that's what this is about. We're working on in this challenge raising our vibration. We're working on figuring out where do we have resistance, where are the things that we need to make the time to work through if we do have a block, right? If we do have resistance, where is it coming from and why is it there? And in order for us to manifest the things that we want, we need to be a clear channel. And getting into a high vibration is where we're consistently learning how to love ourselves, right? Unconditionally. So this isn't about judgment. I don't want you beating yourself up. I want you to really work on being able to look at yourself in the eyes, deep in the eyes, and being able to say, I love you and mean it and really feel it in your body, no matter what, without any conditions. It's simply that you are loved, that you can love yourself, flaws and all, right? We all have imperfections. None of us are perfect. We're not supposed to be. But what we're doing is when we have, a lot of this is past programming from things that people have done to us or things that people have said to us that have really been hurtful. And at different times, we have shut down or we've been hurt so much that we don't know how to give ourselves the love that we need because we were never given it when we were younger. And I know for me, when I, years ago, when I was doing the mirror work, I couldn't look in the mirror. I could not do this exercise. There was no way. I was like, in fact, when I did it, I hated myself. I had so much self-loathing and I was, um, it was one of the most difficult things for me to do. I literally couldn't do it. I would avoid the mirrors. I wouldn't look in the mirrors. Or if I did, I was very self-deprecating and being really hard on myself. And we have to learn how to love ourselves, because if we can't love ourselves, nobody else is going to be able to do that for us. We have to be the ones that sets the tone, that sets the intention about how our people are around us are going to treat us. So if you don't have that, you're going to draw in people who don't respect you because you don't respect yourself. You're going to draw in people that aren't um, giving you that or seeing that within you because you don't feel it within yourself. It will manifest outwardly in your outward experience. So that's why we're working so diligently to find these little nuances and shift them. Now, if you do have a hard time doing this, again, don't judge yourself. Don't criticize yourself. That's the last thing we want to do. We just want to have the awareness that this is something you need to work on to shift and change, which means you need to start doing this daily. And it means that you need to, whatever it is that you can do, even if you can't look at yourself, to be able to say, I'm learning how to love you, or I'm working on loving you, or something that helps you to shift the energy towards yourself to see good in you. You need to see good in you. And trauma can create a block because a lot of times, like with trauma, we will put things onto ourselves that really don't belong to us, things that other people did or said that were not true, that are distorted, so it can be a distorted version of reality. And I know that that's what I had. I had a lot of self-hatred, and that was work that I had to do to clear that out so that I could really love myself. And I don't have an issue with this anymore. In fact, it's actually fun and I love doing it. And it's something I really will do a lot of times, like throughout the week, I'll catch myself and I'll be like, I love you. You're amazing. So anytime you come across a mirror, I want you to be doing that, saying to yourself, if it's in the car mirror, anytime from this point forward, every time you run into a mirror, I want you to say that, whether you say it out loud. If somebody's around, I want you to, you don't have to say it out loud, but I want you to say it out loud if nobody's there. So you are embedding that into your essence of who you are, into your subconscious. It's seeping in. I love you. You're worthy. You deserve love. I want you to do that because the more you say it, the more that it literally becomes you. And when you do that again, it shifts your vibration and it starts to be able to, you are manifesting things in your reality that will be a magnet to, I love you, right? Instead of I hate you or I don't like you. And that pushes things away from you. It brings in, it magnetizes more things that don't like you, more things that hate you. You don't want that. You want things that love you. You want to have people around you that love you. You want to have more energy. And again, when we're doing manifesting, there can be a lag time. So there can be opportunity for things to come into your experience and be like, well, I didn't want, somebody saying that negative thing to me. But it takes time to get caught up to having the good stuff, right? Showing up in your life. And it's a flow. This is an ebb and a flow. So it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. That's why we're doing this. We want to get into more of the flow of more things that we are aligning with, right? You're aligning with the energy of love when you are saying, I love you. When you're giving that gift to yourself, you're honoring yourself, but you're also putting the energy out there to magnetize more of that love to you. So this is a very powerful exercise. So please do not skip it, even if you've done it before. For today, look in the mirror every time you can and say to yourself, I love you. I love you. You're worthy. You're deserving of love. Those positive statements are going to make such a difference, and you will feel it. And it's also going to be emanating in the energy around you. You're going to be feeling better about yourself and about, the world and about people around you. So have fun with this. And if you, like I said, if you do catch yourself where it's like you can't say that, or if you do look in the mirror and it makes you cry, you just need to keep doing it more and more and more. It's like that's because you need more love, because there's a part of you that is craving that love and it's so deprived of love that it has that reaction, right? That comes out of you of crying like you feel like you're not worthy or you're not deserving of it. And you are. I'm here to tell you that you are deserving of so much love, but it has to start with you. You have to give it to yourself. Nobody else can give that to you but you. Okay. So I love you, but you need to love yourself too. So let yourself absorb that. Let yourself take that in, right? And do this mirror work. Please let me know what you've experienced, what your experience is. Please share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. All right. Sending you so much love. Mwah.